do a game day or competition makeup tutorial. This has been super requested on my channel. It's what I'm wearing in a lot of my game day vlogs and just some of my videos. It's like my go-to glam for any like football game, basketball game, or you could even wear this to cheer competitions and just exchange out the eyeshadow colors for your team. A lot has happened since I filmed my last video. I got a job. I work at this cool place called Nectar Juice Bar, if you guys have ever heard of that. It's one of my favorite places to go. And I've been doing a lot of schoolwork lately, and I just signed with Brand Modeling Agency, which was my sister's agency. If you guys heard me talk about her modeling and stuff, well, I just signed with one of her agencies. And I'm just going to do a quick update on what I'm doing with cheer right now. I'm still cheering for like OCC and stuff like that. Since we don't compete in basketball and football season is over, what we're doing right now is we are just cheering at like some other sports games. Like we're going to baseball games and men's volleyball games just to like come out and show support, because most cheer teams don't go out and support those teams, but we want to show that like we love all our sports, so we're just going to be cheering at those. So without further ado, I'm going to show you my game day makeup tutorial. The first thing, I'm just going to put my hair back in a hairband, not only because it's going to keep my hair out of my face, but because my hair is having the worst hair day ever. Alright, so the first thing I'm going to do is spray my face with the badescu rose water, and this kind of like acts like a primer, and plus it just like hydrates your face. This step is like optional. You can just use like regular like face moisturizer, or if you don't like to use anything before you makeup, that's chill too. And with foundation, lately I have been going to my old faithful Tarte Amazonian Clay 12-hour foundation, and I believe this is in the shade Medium Honey. I used to use this a lot like a few years ago, and I recently started using it again. I stopped using it because I stopped wearing foundation altogether, and I really just wear concealer or something, but for game days and stuff like that, you can wear a little bit more makeup, so I'm using a foundation. Plus I've been like slightly breaking out lately. I know my skin's not that bad, but it's been breaking out for how my skin normally looks. Then I take this brush. This is like one of the similar ones to the Artiste brushes. It's not an Artiste brush, but it's like something like that. And I've been using this to blend out my makeup because it's super fast with a beauty blender. Don't get me wrong, I love beauty blenders and it makes your makeup look super good, but like this, it like doesn't leave any lines, and you just have to like swipe it on your face. If I'm in a hurry, then this brush blends out your foundation super fast. Then next for powder, I've been using the Patrick Starr setting powder from MAC, and this is a super good setting powder. I understand why people were raving about this on YouTube. So I just pour some in the cap and then take my Real Techniques powder brush and just powder all over my face. Next thing I like to do is go in with some bronzer, and I still use the Too Faced Chocolate Soleil bronzer. This has been my favorite for a while. So I just put this in the hollows of my cheeks to define my cheekbones, under my jawline to carve out that jawline, and then don't forget the temples and hairline, just because when you put on foundation you kind of lose all the dimension in your face, so you want to like bronze everywhere where the sun would naturally hit. Now that bronzer is done, we can move on to blush. For blush, lately I have been using the Tarte Party blush. I just apply that to the apples of my cheeks and blend backwards. And for cheer, and when I go to like cheer events and like cheer games, I tend to go a little heavier with the blush because I feel like cheerleaders just look a little bit better with like a little bit extra blush. It makes them look a little more like cheery and happy and super flushed, and I just think it looks really good, especially for cheer competitions. Like whenever I would have a cheer competition, I would load on the blush. I would be almost clown status, but not quite. Alright, now that our blush is on, I'm going to move on to my eyebrows. So for eyebrows, lately I've been using the Morphe eyebrow pencil. If you love the Anastasia Brow Wiz pencils, you will love this. This is pretty much exactly the same from Morphe, but it's $5. I didn't expect Morphe to sell their eyebrow pencils for $5, but apparently they do, and that is the most amazing discovery ever because the Anastasia one is like $21. You could buy like 4 of these for the price of one Brow Wiz. They do exactly the same thing. So I'm just lightly filling in the front of my brow, and then towards the end I'll make it a little bit darker to have that contrast and like fade effect. You know what I'm talking about? So once my eyebrows are filled in, I like to go over them with a brow gel, especially if you are doing something cheer related. You want your eyebrows to like stay in place. So I use the NYX Tinted Brow Mascara, and I just lightly run this over my brows. And you have to be careful when using most brow gels, or at least tinted ones, to not like go too hard with them because it tends to like grab onto hairs that you don't want tinted, and it will just mess up your eyebrows. Eyebrows are done. Next, what I do is move on to eyes, and I alternate between the Morphe palette. What is this? This is the Morphe 15N Night Master palette, and I also use the Modern Renaissance palette because there's some similar colors in both of these, and it just kind of is what I'm feeling for the day. But I mainly use the Modern Renaissance one, so I'm going to be using that to exactly recreate the look that you see in my videos. So the first thing I do is take the shade Raw Sienna, which is this like regular medium brown, slightly orangish shade right here. The first thing I always do with my makeup looks is run this through my crease. And this is going to be the main color of our eyeshadow look, so don't be too shy with this one. So I also apply it on the lid with just the same fluffy brush, and then I fluff it into the crease. This eyeshadow look is actually super simple. It may like look kind of complicated, but like it's not that hard at all. There's hardly any colors I use, pretty much. I think. I don't really remember. So once you have Raw Sienna all over your lid and crease, what I'm going to do is take the shade Red Ochre, which is this like burnt red color. It's like the dark one in the middle. And I take a super, super, super light hand with this because it is really dark. And this isn't a super dark eyeshadow look. Just barely tap it, blow it off and tap it off because you don't want that much at all. And put that in the outer V of your eye. Next thing we're going to do is take the shade Antique Bronze, which is this shimmery brown taupey color, and lightly take this one, tap it off. Then we're going to blend everything together because this color is like in the middle of the shade Raw Sienna and Red Ochre. So we're just going to take this and then blend this all throughout the crease to make everything flow together. So that's pretty much it for the top eyeshadow. I know, super simple, right? The next thing I'm going to do is line my eyes with some eyeliner. I'm going to be using the Stila Stay All Day liquid eyeliner. And sometimes I wing out my eyeliner, but then I've realized for games and stuff, I kind of like to keep it just a straight line with no wing. I think that's more versatile than winged eyeliner anyways. So I just draw a straight, thin line across the top to add some dimension. Alright, so eyeliner is done. Now for the fun part. For all games and competitions, I always wear fake eyelashes, and my go-tos are the Ardell 120 Demi Wispies. Those are perfect. Those have never given me any problems. They're always the correct size. I don't have to cut them or anything. Make sure when you apply your eyelashes with your eyelash glue that you blow on it to make sure that the glue is tacky before you apply it. The next thing I do is apply a thin coat of mascara over the fake eyelashes just to make sure that they blend well together. Make sure you do this after your eyelash glue is completely dry, or else it could pull off your eyelash because it's not dry yet. And I'm telling you all these things from experience. It's not something you want to go through. Also, remember to apply mascara on your bottom eyelashes as well. For mascara today, I will be using the CoverGirl Super Sizer Waterproof. This mascara is so hard to get off. It does not come off, but the good side that outweighs that, hence why I'm still using it, is because it makes my eyelashes super, super long, and also the fact that it doesn't come off. Like, throughout the day, my eyelashes will be perfectly the way that I did them in the morning. The only downside is that you need 10 minutes and lots of makeup remover to get this stuff off. So I just mainly wiggle at the base to blend my eyelashes with the falsies. Also, I don't know if you guys have noticed, but did you guys notice I got mirror closet doors back there? I don't know if any of you guys were wondering, something's different in Alyssa's room. Well, that's what it is. I had white closet doors before. So, we are beginning to go into the last and final steps of the makeup look. So, next I'm going to, again, take the Modern Renaissance palette and take the shade Primavera, which is this glittery gold shimmery color. And this is perfect for highlighting your inner corners. It is super vibrant and it stays all day. And I'm just going to, I don't have a tiny brush on hand, so I'm just going to take a Q-tip and take a little bit of that color and then just put that in my inner corners. This is a super, super, super important step. If you don't like to highlight your inner corners, that's fine, but I encourage you to try it and you might get blown away. All right, next we are going to apply highlighter. And today I'm going to be using the Tarte Goddess Glow highlighter, and it looks like this, super pretty. And to apply this, I'm going to be using a MAC 130 SE brush. It's like a baby stippling brush, and I'm just going to dab a little bit inside the Goddess Glow and then tap it onto my cheekbones. Then I'm also going to apply a little bit on my nose, here, you know, wherever. Next, for lips, you can use any lip color that your school or your gym wants you to wear, but I'm going to be using the MAC Velvet Teddy lipstick because this is what I wear to games. It's been what I've worn to games since I was a senior in high school last year, so the past 2 years basically. So I'm just going to apply this to my lips. This is a really good color if you want like a natural nude that's not too pink but not too muted and nude. Velvet Teddy by MAC, it's a matte lipstick, is the way to go. And plus, it's not one of those drying matte lipsticks where your lips crack and stuff. It's like almost like a velvet suede type of lipstick. Last and final step, we are going to spray our face with setting spray. I'm going to be using the Urban Decay All Nighter setting spray, because if you are at a game or competition, you want to make sure that your makeup lasts. Just give it a few sprays. This is the completed game day makeup look that I wear to my football games, my basketball games, any appearances we have to do, anything like that. This is what I wear. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.